How you doing, Jersey? Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom, Monday, August 25th. The big news story this morning is actually a sports story. Giants defensive end Osi Umenyo out for the season with a knee injury has Giants fans freaking out. This is drawing way more comments than any other story on our NJ.com news blogs. A few moments ago, I spoke with Star Ledger Giants beat writer Mike Garafolo to talk about the mess the team finds itself in.
Hello?
Hey, Mike, it's Brian.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing, man?
Good.
So let's get right to it. Giants fans are pretty nervous this morning. They're running around with their chickens with their heads cut off in a panic. Should they be over this?
It's pretty big. And the more I thought about it yesterday, I said, maybe it's not as big as we realize, because they've got themselves a guy who could be a Pro Bowl defensive end that's going to come in and replace him, Matthias Kiwanuka. So maybe the drop-off isn't that bad, because Kiwanuka was an okay linebacker, was coming into his own there, and then you'll have another guy, a veteran maybe, that can fill in there. Maybe it's Danny Clark or somebody else there. I don't know exactly who's going to play that spot right now. So the more I said, you know what, maybe it's not the end of the world, but it is pretty big. I mean, that guy was their best pass rusher. Some would say the best player on the team, and now he's gone.
And what about the whole Strahan thing? What do you think the odds are of him actually coming back at this point?
And not good, but, the minute it went down, I said, well, I can see him, being convinced to come back. So, and I never know what's going on in that guy's head. I stopped guessing last year when he was had his whole retirement fiasco that was going on. Everybody every day was trying to peg whether or not he was coming back. So you never really know what's going on in his head. But again, I'd say that the chances are less than half that he would come back.
Is it even good for the team now to consider that? I mean, do they need another Strahan sideshow at this point, or is it just better for them to just kind of look ahead and move on?
Oh, it would be if he wants to come back and they can then find a happy meeting place on money, which I knew from the jump was going to be an issue if he's even going to get to that point where he's going to come back. Certainly the quote-unquote distractions are outweighed by the fact you're getting this guy who's a leader. He's a Hall of Fame defensive end. He's a technician who will work himself back into shape. Was at the not the top of his game, but was certainly near it when he retired. And he can come back and step in. It might take him a month, but you have a top tier end that can fill in, and then you've got Kiwanuka. You can move back to linebacker. So yeah, it would definitely be a good thing.
All right, Mike. Thanks a lot.
You got it.
Take it easy.
All right, speaking of football, both the Giants and Jets are sacking their season ticket holders with huge personal seat license fees. Fans are going to have to pay thousands of dollars in order to keep their season ticket subscriptions. A group of outraged fans scheduled a protest for this weekend's Giants-Jets game at the Meadowlands. Check out the video.
In the end, I'm going to have to give up my tickets. I hate to say it, but it will be like another death in the family.
That's David Levy of Belleville. He's one of the unhappy football fans who showed up for a small rally before the Jets versus Giants preseason game. When David's father died, he inherited his Jets season tickets.
The way it's going to go now, if the Jets go according to what the Giants are going to do, I won't be able to afford my tickets anymore. We're looking at 2 PSLs, $7,500 each, $15,000.
Steve Kern of Boonton organized the rally.
The budget ballooned from $800 million to what is now $1.6 billion.
He might have to pay $10,000 to keep his 2 season tickets.
There's plenty of creative people in the metropolitan area that are Jet and Giant fans. Send me your ideas to pslrally.com. I'm putting a compilation together of everybody's idea, as well as a DVD of what happened here today to be sent to the media and to the teams for their consideration. The hope is that they'll listen.
Not a lot of people there. They probably could have drawn a bigger crowd if they had rolled out a few kegs, maybe some grills, get some sausages going, a nice spread. You got to get football fans riled up, All right, our next item. Have you ever been pulled over by a cop on a horse? Probably not, but it could happen here in New Jersey. Check out the video.
You never expect to be stopped by the police while driving down the quiet, winding roads of the county parks, but you might if you exceed the speed limit. Mounted police officer Chris Boyko uses a radar gun while on traffic patrol in Lewis Morris County Park in Morris Township.
We do everything off the horse. We eat off the horse. We run radar off the horse like today. We'll write tickets off the horse. We can do traffic. It's just a unique, the amount of unit is just so unique.
So how well does the radar gun work?
It's effective. It's an effective moment. People that frequent this park know that we're out here, and they know that if they come into this park, that we may possibility of us being here, we'll be here, and they'll slow down. I picked him up at 30, and I'm not even seeing him at 31, 32.
What's the reaction from drivers when they're stopped?
Well, some people, they don't really know who we are on a horse. They can't tell that we're a police officer until we get up really close. But once they know what we want them to, then they realize, so they pull over. It just takes them a little bit of time for them to realize who we are.
All right, we're going to take a look at some of the comments we're receiving here at Ledger Live. Most of the comments we pull from our NJ.com news blogs. Today we have a comment via Twitter. Now earlier I went on to Twitter where I post daily feeds and commented how football fans seemed a lot more concerned with Osi Umenyo's knee than they do with being charged thousands of dollars for personal seat licenses. And I got a comment via Twitter from M. Turo who said, that's because the seat license affects maybe 1% of all fans, but put the NFL on pay-per-view and you'll definitely see a protest. Speaking of Twitter, that's a great way to follow Ledger Live. Also, Facebook, we have a Facebook application. You can watch the show there as well as a group page set up, so check us out there. Until then, keep in touch. Send us your photos, your videos, your emails. Shoot them to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com or log on to our news blogs at NJ.com and sound off there. All right, Jersey, take it easy.